Unlocking the cosmic journey, a sacred awakening beyond the stars awaits. I never expected a single dream to change everything. On that ordinary night, a shimmering light seeped through my window, bathing the room in ethereal glow. It was as if the universe itself whispered secrets through the cracks of my awareness. I lay there, heart racing, breath caught in my throat, clutching the sheets like a lifeline. The cosmos was calling. My life felt like a jigsaw puzzle tossed in the air, pieces scattered, remaining elusive. I was stuck in the daily grind, caught between a mundane job and the weight of my unfulfilling routine. A nagging sense of doubt filled my mind, an unanswered question sitting heavy in my chest. What was I here for? I sought clarity in meditation, but silence echoed back, and the answers I craved danced just out of reach. Yet, around me, nature spoke in ways I couldn't ignore. One morning, I noticed a single feather, glistening in the sunlight, resting gently on my porch. Each time I picked it up, chills raced down my spine. Was it a sign? Were the universe and my spirit guides trying to reach me? I couldn't shake the feeling that something profound was brewing beneath the surface of my life. Days passed, and I felt the pull of the stars as I gazed up each night. Each constellation told a story, they shimmered, alive with the energy of ancient truths. Yet, beneath that beautiful sky, I wrestled with shadows of uncertainty. What lay beyond the material? Was there more than this existence? The thoughts spiraled in and out, never fully forming as the unknown loomed closer, strong and mysterious. The sudden gust of wind seemed to carry whispers through the trees, a message I couldn't quite decipher. I closed my eyes, listening with my soul. My heart raced again, as if it understood something I did not. A shiver ran through me, there was magic in the air, hidden and wild. With each heartbeat, the tension grew, an electric thrill snaking down my spine. What would it reveal? I found myself standing at a crossroads, drawn towards secrets begging to be uncovered. My hands trembled as I opened myself to the possibility of transformation. What if the dream was not just a dream? What if it held the key to my deepest desires? As I stood there, a question pulsed through me. What awaited me on the other side of this awakening? I opened my eyes to the heavens, stars twinkling like the answers I longed for, yet still out of reach. Hey, before we continue with this amazing story, I need to give you an important heads up. Many subscribers have reported that YouTube unsubscribed them without warning. Take a quick second to check the red button below to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I'd hate for you to miss any of the exclusive content coming soon. And while you're there, smash that like button, it really helps me out with the algorithm. Oh, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? I love getting to know every amazing person who's part of this community. Your participation makes all the difference. Let's connect. The following days were painted with a sense of urgency, as if the world around me vibrated at a frequency I had yet to fully tune into. Each morning, I awoke with the same anticipation thrumming in my veins, heightened by the weight of the feather I had kept close, a talisman of the divine, almost reminding me that the universe was indeed conspiring in my favor. On an unusually warm afternoon, I decided to wander deeper into the nearby woods, a sanctuary where the whispers of rustling leaves seemed to beckon me. My footsteps were tentative at first, with each step, the symphony of nature enveloped me. The shadows danced in the dappled sunlight, creating intricate patterns that felt like a map, hinting at trails leading to unknown truths. As I ventured further, the air shifted, a fragrant blend of pine and earth filling my lungs as clarity stirred within my heart. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a flash of movement. A small, radiant creature flitted from one branch to another. Drawing closer, I recognized it as a small bird, its plumage shimmering with hues that reflected the cosmos. In that moment, something shifted inside me. I felt a connection, almost a recognition, as if I were staring into a mirror holding the reflection of all my potential. Show me, I whispered, half jokingly, as if asking the bird to unveil the mysteries I so desperately sought. To my astonishment, it landed boldly on a branch just within reach. I hesitated, feeling the energy crackle around me, but then something beyond words compelled me to extend my hand. The bird surveyed me, its gaze deep and knowing, before it took flight once more, disappearing into the thick tapestry of leaves. Feeling both elated and humbled, I followed, instinctively understanding I was diving deeper into my own journey. Each step echoed with the flutter of wings, resonating with my heart's yearning for freedom. Did that bird carry a message of hope, or was it simply a reminder of the beauty inherent in seeking? The path twisted unexpectedly, leading me to a spot where a crystalline stream wove through the forest. As the water glimmered in the sunlight, I knelt beside it, feeling the coolness wash over my fingers, grounding me. I watched as each droplet danced with grace, flowing effortlessly onward. It struck me then the wisdom of surrender. What if all this time, my frantic desire for answers had led me away from true understanding? Might the universe be asking me to let go, to trust in the flow of life? Deep in reflection, I noticed the fading light playing tricks with my perception. It formed patterns on the water, illusions weaving together. Just then, words sprang into my mind: seek not to find, but to be. The phrase resonated deeply, pulling me into a meditative stillness. I closed my eyes, allowing the forces of nature to wash over me, immersing myself in the moment. In this state of being, visions began to emerge. Flickers of past experiences intertwined with aspirations manifesting like shooting stars across the canvas of my mind. Each vision felt familiar, yet laced with significance. Yet, as quickly as they came, they dissolved back into the ether, leaving only an echo of potential. Suddenly, the thought emerged like a bolt of lightning: where would these visions lead? What was the essence behind the questions I had been asking? The answers hovered, elusive, like the shimmering feathers I had come to cherish. After spending what felt like hours in quiet contemplation, I rose, invigorated by the silent revelations that had unfolded in my heart. However, a fresh awareness began to settle. The deeper I journeyed, the more questions blossomed. What does it truly mean to surrender? How do I embrace the unfolding that the universe invites me toward? Was I prepared to walk a path with no destination in sight, only to trust the dance of life? As I made my way back through the woods, the stars glimmered above, each one a pointer in the darkness, yet still just far enough to keep me longing. Perhaps this journey wasn't solely about discoveries but about allowing space for questions to flourish, inviting me outward and onward toward my cosmic destiny. The days blended seamlessly into one another, each framed by the dying light of dusk and the promise of a new dawn. The certainty I had felt began to weave itself into uncertainty. The current of my path pulled tighter, challenging me to surrender further still. It was in this dance of light and shadow that I began to notice the signs, glimmers of awareness like fireflies at twilight, flickering with meaning. On one particular evening, as twilight descended, I returned to the crystalline stream, drawn as if by an invisible thread. The air grew thick with anticipation, and I could hear the familiar melody of water flowing over stones, a constant reminder that life was both serene and turbulent. Kneeling once more, I let the cool liquid slip through my fingers, the current mirroring the flow of my thoughts. In that moment, I was startled by a sound, a low hum that reverberated through the ground, compelling my attention. I lifted my gaze and noticed a group of wildflowers shimmering softly among the underbrush, their vibrant colors deepening against the backdrop of dusk. They swayed and flickered with the movement of the wind, but it was the sound that captivated me. It felt like a calling, an invitation to lean closer and really see. I approached the flowers cautiously, and as I did, the hum grew louder, resonating through my very being. Bowing down, I marveled at the intricacy of each petal, delicate yet powerful in its existence. Suddenly, inexplicably, the hum transformed into words, flowing into my consciousness. In beauty and stillness, wisdom emerges. Tears pooled in my eyes, for I felt the truth of those words wrap around me like a warm embrace. Nature, in all its unassuming grandeur, had held a secret I had overlooked. Could it be that the answers I sought were not found in grand gestures or profound insights, but in the simple act of being present and attuned to the beauty around me? Sitting amid the flowers, I closed my eyes, inhaling deeply. In that moment, I felt a tethering toward the universe, an intricate web-spun of love and understanding. My thoughts drifted like petals on a breeze. I saw faces of those I had lost and those I loved, and in this spaciousness, I felt them all alive in their own currents of existence. If the universe acknowledged my reflections, an otherworldly breeze swept through, lifting the hair on my arms. Shadows deepened, and in that stillness, the sound of rustling leaves transformed into laughter, joy, warning, beckoning. It was both familiar and foreign. I felt the presence of something, a collective consciousness swirling around me, urging me to be more than an observer. Create, it whispered, but first be willing to listen. With renewed fervor, I opened myself to possibility. What did it mean to create authentically? I had spent so much time defining myself through existing frameworks, yet the flowers before me, with their magnificence, spoke to an unconditioned creativity that dwelled in every living being. They flourished without need for validation, trusting the sunlight and the rain to guide them. I arose, a seed of inspiration sprouting within me. Reflecting on my journey thus far, a flood of questions began to surface. How do I shed the layers of expectation that stifled my growth? Can I allow my creativity to bloom with the same abandon as those wildflowers? Where would that creative voice lead me, if I dared to embrace it? As dusk surrendered to the night, the stars began to prick the canopy above, reminding me of so many possibilities. Each star seemed to beckon me deeper into the cosmic tapestry, urging me to weave my own thread with knowledge yet unknown. The path before me still felt blurred, a mystery draped in shimmering veils, yet it excited me. The unfolding journey was less about reaching an end and more about diving into the embrace of uncertainty. With every inhalation, I felt the heartbeat of the universe pulsing through me, igniting an inner flame that flickered with hope. Still, the questions danced on the wind. What does it truly mean to listen to the whispers of creation? And as I continue this journey of awakening, how will my spirit shape the world around me? A murmur of adventure lay ahead, woven into the very fabric of existence itself, and I was ever ready to embrace it in all its enigmatic glory. The following day dawned bright and crisp, a tapestry of vivid colors stretching across the horizon. It beckoned me from the window of my dwelling, the sunlight kissing my skin as if to whisper secrets of renewal and rebirth. The day's promise lingered in the air, electric with potential. I felt a pull to venture beyond the stream, to explore the vastness of the world waiting in the embrace of the wilderness. With determination guiding my steps, I set forth. Each footfall felt deliberate, resonating with the pulse of the earth beneath me. I wandered deeper into the woods, where shadows danced playfully with light, painting the trees in a myriad of hues. Birds sang a symphony of life overhead, their calls woven into the fabric of the atmosphere, in perfect harmony with my thoughts. I became aware of how interconnected we were, each living being playing a part in the grand narrative of existence. As I continued on this path, I stumbled upon a clearing marked by a grand oak tree. Its ancient trunk stood stoically, gnarled branches reaching outward like the arms of a wise elder, inviting me closer. I circled the tree, marveling at its magnificence, and as I stood beneath its expansive canopy, I sensed a profound energy pulsating from its roots. It was then that I noticed carvings etched into the bark, symbols and glyphs, ancient markings pulsating with wisdom. I placed my palm against the cool wood, a wave of understanding crashed over me. The tree had been a silent witness to countless stories, absorbing the essence of all who had sought refuge beneath its branches. In that moment, the world around me faded, and I was enveloped in a feeling of unity with every being that had come before me. Joys, sorrows, dreams, and struggles woven into the annals of time. The gentle breeze began to stir, carrying with it the scent of fresh earth and wild blooms. The leaves rustled softly, and I could almost hear them whisper, "To grow, you must surrender." The words echoed in my mind, a reminder that transformation often demanded a shedding off fears, of limitations, of expectations. Closing my eyes, I allowed the sensation of stillness to wash over me. What if surrender meant letting go of my carefully constructed identity? What would unfold if I embraced the unknown, welcoming every emotion, every thought as part of my journey? In this reverie, visions danced before me, shadows of past encounters, faces that had brought joy, heartbreak, and healing into my life. Each vision a strand in the tapestry of my existence, intricate and beautiful. Amid these reflections, I uncovered yet another stirring in my spirit, a yearning to connect with the sacred. But what did that truly mean? As different as the miles between each star were from one another, I felt that the sacred was also uniquely personal, shaped by individual experiences and aspirations. The question simmered beneath the surface: how do we explore the sanctity of all life? How do we honor our own paths while respecting the divine paths of others? Eager to dive deeper, I became aware of a shimmering light at the edge of the clearing. Approaching carefully, I discovered a small pool surrounded by smooth stones, the surface reflecting the colors of the sky above. I knelt beside it, captivated by the tranquility that radiated from its depths. The water beckoned, a mirror of potential, reminding me of the clarity that could emerge through self-exploration. As I dipped my hands into the cool, crystalline water, ripples danced outwards, distorting the reflection momentarily, an embodiment of my state of being. Here was a canvas, a reminder that my life was not a mere reflection of past experiences, but a flowing stream of possibilities waiting to take shape. The profundity of this realization struck me. Every disruption in my journey bore the seed of rebirth, every ripple a chance for transformation. With each cycle of ebb and flow, I could reimagine who I was and who I wished to become. Yet, as I gazed into the depths, new questions surfaced. Will I embrace the transience of life, understanding that every moment shapes my evolution? How will I navigate the spaces between joy and sorrow, acceptance and resistance? As I moved forward, the echoes of the universe reverberated within me, leaving traces of inspiration. The journey was far from complete, still layered in complexity and depth. The sacred awaited exploration in each moment. As I stood up, the water shimmering and kind, I realized that the path to understanding was never linear but rather a sacred dance of light and shadow. And so, I took a breath, feeling the weight of every unanswered question swell within me, filling me with a curious anticipation for what lay ahead. The call of the cosmos echoed, unlock the journey that shapes you, embrace the beauty of the unanswered. What revelations awaited me if I dared to listen and engage? Would I uncover the mysteries of my spirit along the way, or was there more to learn beyond the stars, just waiting to be revealed? The sun hung low in the sky as I wandered from the shimmering pool, its warm light guiding me towards uncharted territory. Each step felt imbued with a newfound purpose, my heart beating in rhythm with the whispers of nature around me. The air was thick with the perfume of blooming wildflowers, their wild splendor a testament to resilience and beauty in every unpredictable twist of life. The path ahead forked into two directions, a rugged trail veering left that seemed to lead into deeper woods, and a gentler slope to the right, meandering towards distant sounds of water. My senses tingled, yearning for adventure. With a deep breath, I chose the left path, my intuition leading me further into the grove. As I traversed the rough terrain, I became acutely aware of the symphony of life around me. Each rustle and chirp intertwined like an ancient melody, celebrating the diversity of existence. I paused beside a patch of moss, lush and green, where a small, delicate butterfly rested motionless. I knelt down, scarcely daring to breathe, mesmerized by the intricate pattern on its wings. It felt like a sacred encounter, a reminder that every being had a role, a beauty to unveil despite life's fleeting nature. It fluttered away, launching itself into the air, and in that moment, a profound truth washed over me. The beauty of transformation lies not merely in the destination but in the journey itself. I pondered how often we focus on reaching a specific goal, neglecting the subtle grace that life offers at every turn. My thoughts circled back to the sentiment of surrender. How often did I resist the natural course of life, clinging instead to the illusion of control? Continuing on, I stumbled upon an ancient stone circle cloaked in golden light. The stones stood like sentinels, each one unique yet part of a greater unity. As I stepped closer, I felt an electric pulse coursing through the ground, the energy reaching out to envelop me. I placed my hand on one of the stones, the cool surface grounding me to this moment, and closed my eyes. In this stillness, visions cascaded over my images of rituals, of people gathering under a moody sky, draped in colorful shawls, laughing and sharing stories. I sensed the weight of ancient wisdom here, a reminder that I am but a thread in a much larger tapestry. I yearned to become part of this lineage, to connect with those who had gathered here in reverence for the cosmos, celebrating seasons and cycles. Yet beneath this yearning lay uncertainty. What does it mean to commune with the sacred? How do we honor the ancient paths that connect us, allowing them to inform our current lives while also charting our own course? Inherent in these questions was a tension, a push and pull between tradition and the ever-evolving self. With a newfound resolve, I sat within the stone circle, the earth beneath me vibrating with energy. I opened my heart to the elements, listening for guidance on how to honor this quest for sacred connection. A soft breeze swirled around me, carrying with it the distant sound of rushing water, weaving together the threads of my thoughts with a sense of clarity and purpose. I closed my eyes again, letting the sensations flow over me. What if every question was a doorway to deeper understanding? How might I uncover the wisdom held by my ancestors, those who stepped into the wild unknown before me? The inquiry sparked within me a flicker of inspiration. Perhaps the sacred was a dialogue awaiting participation, an invitation to explore who I was against the vast backdrop of existence. Emerging from the stone circle, I felt invigorated, the sun now dipping low, casting a warm glow across the landscape. My path wound towards the sound of water, calling me forward into the gathering dusk. I longed to experience again the seamless flow of life, to witness the dance of light against the water, and to reflect on the questions swirling within. As I arrived at a narrow stream, I watched the water meander over worn stones, laughter echoing in its voice. I dipped my hands in, feeling the cold rush against my skin, an awakening. The stream seemed to mirror my inner tide, pulling me into contemplation. Yet, just as I embraced the moment, new reflections emerged. Was I ready to dive deeper, to accept both the darkness and light that lay ahead? What awaited me in the depths of my spirit, beyond the transient? As the stars began to twinkle above, I framed these questions in my mind, realizing that with each step forward, I stepped not just into unknown territories but also deeper into the essence of who I was becoming. Would I have the courage to navigate this sacred exploration? For even as the mysteries beckoned, unearthing the essence of my journey would surely reveal greater truths beyond the stars. Moving forward along the stream, the gentle melody of the water filled the air, a soothing cadence that matched the pulse of my heart. Each ripple sparkled with the light of the emerging stars, reflections of the very questions that danced in my mind. I found a smooth stone to sit upon, the cool surface anchoring me as I took in my surroundings, the world around me pulsating with life. In that moment of stillness, the shadows lengthening in the twilight, I began to notice the nuances within the darkness. The whispers of the night offered a different kind of richness, a depth I had not encountered before. Here, sounds became sharper, the rustle of leaves carried by the evening breeze, the soft hoots of an owl echoing through the trees, and the faint croaks of frogs harmonizing with the whispers of the water. Nature was alive in every sense, and I was drawn into a greater awareness of its mysterious language. With each breath, I delved deeper into my own tapestry of existence. Hadn't I, too, been woven with threads of both brilliance and obscurity? Hadn't I danced through my own seasons of light and shadow? As I pondered further, the question emerged: what was the significance of embracing both sides of my journey? Suddenly, a shooting star illuminated the night sky, a streak of brilliance that made me catch my breath. I felt a surge of wonder, an echo of that ancient wisdom swirling around me. It was as if the universe was affirming my presence here, assuring me that I was part of a magnificent design, even in my vulnerability and confusion. Struck by the spontaneous beauty of the moment, I recalled the butterfly from earlier, its delicate journey through metamorphosis, an embodiment of the struggles and triumphs that accompanied transformation. It dawned on me that perhaps, in order to embrace the profound sacredness within both darkness and light, I must first acknowledge and honor my own shadows. Gazing into the rippling stream, I reflected on the layers of my identity, my fears, dreams, and uncertainties, the things I often chose to hide away. Could it be that embracing those facets would not only free me but also connect me with the larger collective experience of existence? Perhaps we all wore masks, each of us hiding pieces of our truth behind a veil of what we deemed acceptable. With this newfound understanding, I closed my eyes, allowing the evening sounds to envelop me once more. The air was now thick with the scent of earth and water, and the cool breeze danced around me, urging me to speak my truth into the universe. What if, I murmured, my voice barely above a whisper, I released the need for perfection and simply allowed myself to be? What if I stepped into this cosmic journey with authenticity? A sense of calm washed over me, mingled with curiosity about what awaited in the moments ahead. Bathed in the shimmering glow of the night, I felt a profound connection to everything: the stones, the stream, the stars, and even the shadows within me. Yet as the stillness deepened, I couldn't shake the feeling of uncertainty that lingered in my heart. Would I have the courage to stand unguarded before the universe, unraveling the intricate web of my being? Could I navigate the labyrinth of my spirit, embracing all that it manifested along my path, from the margins of my reflections, a new question tugged persistently at my consciousness: how might my journey illuminate the way for others? Were my struggles not just mine alone but shared experiences, whispers of the human condition threading us together in this vast cosmic dance? As the stars twinkled mischievously above, I found myself captivated by the prospect of exploration. My spirit urged me onward, not just to uncover my own mysteries but also to engage with the truths waiting to be revealed in others. A compelling thought lingered as the night deepened: in unlocking my journey, could I also unlock the deeper connections with all creatures bathed in the same celestial light? With a heart full of questions yet to be answered, and a spirit ready to brave the unknown, I lingered at the water's edge, gazing at the stars as they beckoned. What lay ahead in this sacred journey, and how would it forever alter the tapestry of my existence? The stars had shifted from mere twinkling beacons of light into radiant guides, their brilliance inviting me deeper into contemplation. The water flowed gently before me, a mirror to the heavens and an interplay of eternal motion, the essence of life itself. Each droplet carried whispers of stories untold, echoing the restless pulse of my own journey. As I sat there, a soft rustling caught my attention, pulling me from my reverie. Emerging from the underbrush, a small fox revealed itself, its coat a tapestry of russet and cream, glistening like embers under the night sky. It paused, tilting its head in a way that seemed to inquire about my presence. Breathless with wonder, I recognized this encounter as yet another sign, a moment infused with the opportunity for communion between worlds. Here was a spirit guide, I thought, cloaked in fur instead of feathers, embodying a kind of wisdom that transcended words. Our eyes locked for a heartbeat stretched into eternity. Mystery rippled through me like the stream cascading beside us. What secrets were hidden within this creature? What lessons did it carry, standing on the brink of the darkness? In that heavy pause, I felt woven into the fabric of existence, an intricate thread intertwined with every being, leaving me thirsting for understanding. The fox turned and began to walk away, casting glances over its shoulder as if beckoning me to follow. Driven by an instinct I could scarcely understand, I rose from my stone perch, and cautiously followed its slender form through the shadows. The path was illuminated by the soft glow of the moon, revealing lush ferns and flowers that whispered secrets to the night. Each step was accompanied by a symphony of rustles and croaks, resonating with the heartbeat of the earth and further awakening my senses. As I moved deeper, I felt the weight of my questions spinning thoughts of fear, belonging, and the dance of authenticity drawn near to the surface of my psyche. What awaited me in this realm? The fox stopped, suddenly alert, as it turned to face me. In that shared moment, I sought the courage to vocalize my inquiry: what is it I must unearth within me? And, as if responding to my unvoiced plea, the surroundings began to shift. The tree swayed gently, almost orchestrated in a cosmic melody, while the wind seemed to whisper refrains of forgotten tales. In this cocoon of enchantment, I felt an echo, a distant yet familiar melody that tugged at the core of my being. What if the universe possessed answers hidden within its embrace, waiting to be sought with open hearts and unguarded spirits? Guided by the ethereal glow of the moon, I took a deep breath and continued to walk. Shadows danced around me, and for the first time I embraced them. It dawned on me that to confront my fears was akin to honoring the fox, unafraid, curious, and free-spirited. Perhaps in letting go of my tightly held ideals, I could finally connect with the wild, unfiltered essence of my soul. The path led me to a clearing, where the luminescent glow of fireflies twinkled like stardust. In the center, an enormous ancient tree stood, its branches spiraling upwards as if to cradle the cosmos. It emanated a presence, wise and knowing, beckoning me closer. I could almost hear its heartbeat, a rhythmic echo harmonizing with the pulse of the universe. As I approached the tree, my heart raced, and with each step, I prepared to lay bare my struggles. I placed my hands against the rough bark, feeling the ancient energy surge through me. I surrender, I whispered into the night, the words clutching the weight of my truth. I wish to know what lies within. What is my purpose in this grand tapestry? A gust of wind swept through, rustling the leaves overhead, and for a fleeting moment, I glimpsed flickers of my past. The beauty mingled with pain, laughter alongside tears, each thread essential in stitching my unique existence. The intertwined stories of countless lives reached out through time, an age-old collective whisper resonating with the very fabric of me. In that moment, clarity washed over me. intertwined with the mystery of unanswered questions, each revelation leading to yet another layer of understanding yet to be unearthed. What must I embrace within myself to illuminate the path for others? What truths still lay cloaked in uncertainty, urging me onward? As I stood beneath the mighty tree, surrounded by the magic of the night, I felt a profound calling echoing in my soul, a reminder that the journey ahead held boundless possibilities. The moonlight kissed the leaves above, and a deep sense of kinship enveloped me with every creature nearby, their rhythms urging me to step unreservedly into my unfolding existence. What awaited at the edge of this cosmic journey? I would remain open to the mysteries unfolding around me, the fox's presence and the tree's whispered wisdom, a guiding light urging me on. With every beat of my heart, the invitation became clearer, to embrace the truths within without fear, unravel the intricate web of experience, and in doing so, forge deeper connections through shared vulnerability. What truths awaited me on the horizon, and how would they shape my evolving story? As I lingered below the ancient tree, I felt a soft thrum of energy rising from the earth, intertwining with the rhythms of my own pulse. It was as if the very soil beneath me resonated with secrets waiting to be awakened. In those intimate moments of surrender, the boundaries between my essence and that of the universe began to dissolve, transforming my fear into a tender curiosity that ignited the sacred journey ahead. I took a step back, feeling the texture of the bark against my fingertips linger vividly in my mind. Nature had always been a sanctuary, yet tonight it transformed into a profound temple, the air electric with promise. Drawn by an instinct I couldn't quite name, I knelt beside the tree's roots, tracing the contours of the earth, sensing the ancient stories embedded within. Perhaps in this communion, I would discover a deeper connection, one not only to myself but to the myriad threads of life surrounding me. Moments stretched into eternity as the fireflies flitted in and out of view, their luminescence a metaphor for enlightenment, fleeting yet vivid, urging me to open my spirit further. In this space of stillness, I envisioned a tapestry embroidered with countless stories, each thread glimmering with purpose. Like the fox that guided my steps, I sensed that every being, every whisper of wind, was intricately connected, participating in a grand narrative that defied comprehension yet beckoned exploration. Just then, a delicate sound broke the night, a rustling accompanied by a melodic hum, leading my gaze to a figure emerging from the shadows. A woman materialized, her form cloaked in flowing robes that seemed to shimmer with cosmic patterns, her hair cascading like waterfalls of starlight. She appeared ethereal, yet grounded, standing at the threshold of my understanding. "Seek not just the answers, but the questions that lead you to them," she spoke, her voice a gentle echo that carried weight, yet remained laced with warmth. We often miss the transformative power of inquiry in our quest for certainty. "What is it you seek, child of the universe?" I felt the profound depth of her presence resonate within me, each word stirring an awakening that danced just beyond my understanding. "I seek to understand my purpose, the truths that lie within the fabric of my existence," I replied, my voice steady yet vulnerable. "The cosmos does not reveal its mysteries explicitly," she replied, her amber eyes shimmering with ancient wisdom. "Instead, it guides you through the journey of discovery. Each question you dare to ask opens a door to deeper illumination." Her words hung in the air, an ethereal balm that soothed my restless spirit. I felt as though I were standing on the edge of a precipice, facing the vast unknown, where shadows morphed into enlightening possibilities. I longed to dive into the depths of inquiry, to fashion my voyage not merely from answers, but from the essence of questioning itself, and in doing so, I might unlock further facets of my soul. What questions shall guide my heart toward these revelations? I breathed, yearning for guidance. She smiled knowingly, and with a graceful gesture, invited me to rise. "Walk with me," she said, signaling for me to follow her through the luminous glade. With each step, I felt invigorated, as my heart expanded to accommodate the unknown, each size of uncertainty nudging me closer to clarity. As we traversed deeper into the woods, the air shimmered with anticipation. The moon hung above us, serene, anchoring this moment in a cosmic embrace. The path was illuminated by fragments of light filtering through branches, each gnarled twist of wood telling a tale untold, every rustle of the leaves orchestrating a symphony of connection. "Remember," she spoke over her shoulder, "to invite curiosity into your journey. To seek is to live, to be present with questions. Living the questions creates space for transformation." And with that, I pondered, How valiantly had I avoided the questions that challenged me. Perhaps the very act of embracing uncertainty is what catalyzes growth. What if I found essence and direction not in conclusive answers, but rather in exploring the depths of my inquiries? Moments later, we arrived at a crystal-clear pond, its stillness reflective of the cosmos above. My heart halted briefly. The surface mirrored the night sky, revealing constellations twinkling like sequins on velvet. It was a portal, reminder of the vastness that surrounded me, as within, so without. The ethereal woman gestured toward the water. Look into it, and ask, what do you need to confront in order to unleash your inner light? As I peered into the pond, my reflection stared back. I saw not just myself, but the amalgamation of my fears, dreams, and aspirations. What truths lay hidden beneath my external self? As I wrestled with the swirling questions, a soft breeze swept through, invigorating my spirit. In that profound moment, I understood, the quest often holds more value than the answers. I lingered by the water, ready to embrace the journey with newfound determination, anchored in wonder and curiosity. What questions awaited to be unveiled, and how would they resonate through the tapestry of my existence? What shadows might illuminate my path forward, urging me further into the depths of my cosmic journey? The stillness around the pond was sacred, as if the universe held its breath while I embarked on this new chapter of exploration. The ethereal woman's gaze encouraged me to delve deeper into the mystery reflected by the water. The shimmering surface acted as a gateway to both contemplation and revelation, mirroring the cosmic dance that unfolded above. What is your essence? She inquired, her voice a gentle caress that rippled through the silence. What do you most fear to acknowledge? In that moment, I hesitated. My mind swirled like a tempest, brimming with thoughts of self-doubt and longing. Was I brave enough to confront the shadows? I took a deep, steadying breath, centering myself. I fear the parts of myself that I have hidden, the doubts, the sadness, the fragility. What if beneath the surface lies not just imperfection, but a strength I have yet to recognize? With a nod of encouragement, the woman stepped forward, her movements fluid and deliberate as she reached out to touch the water's edge. Ripples began to form, distorting my reflection, and with them came a sense of urgency. Your journey is to embrace all aspects of your being, light and shadow alike. You cannot unlock the full potential of your spirit until you acknowledge each facet. Dive deeper. As her words sunk in, I felt a magnetic pull towards the water, beckoning me to submerge myself into the depths of inquiry. What lies beneath the surface? I whispered to myself, stepping closer until the cool touch of the water lapped at my feet. The moment my skin met the water, energy surged through me. Each ripple echoed questions born from the depths of my heart. Who am I when stripped of expectations? What truths lay dormant, waiting for my acceptance? The pond shimmered, swirling like a galaxy, vibrant colors erupted, illuminating my vision of self beyond what I had ever acknowledged. I closed my eyes, surrendering to the sensations enveloping me, urging me to trust in this sacred exploration. Remember, perception shapes reality, the woman's voice echoed. As you embrace your truth, so it shall manifest. Visions unfurled like petals in bloom. The moments of my life, joys interwoven with sorrows, laughter shadowed by tears transformed into sacred teachings. Each experience had been a thread in the fabric of my essence, no matter how frayed or broken. They pulsated with meaning, vibrating deep within my veins. I felt a wave of clarity wash over me. The laughter of childhood friends, the warmth of love shared, all the times I felt lost yet resilient. I began to see past the illusions I had clung to, the misunderstandings of myself faded like mist before the dawn. Each second of vulnerability became an invitation to explore further, not just into the depths of my being, but into the intricate threads woven through the lives of others. As my spirit expanded, I sensed a shimmering path emerge from the cosmos above, a constellation guiding my journey. Stay attuned to this connection, the woman encouraged. The universe speaks not just through your heart, but through the hearts of all living beings. To question and connect is to transcend. The pond quieted, returning to its calm state, reflecting my infinitely evolving self, yet something remained. What did it mean to accept all aspects of who I was? What revelations awaited me in the acknowledgement of my vulnerabilities? A realization flickered like starlight. Perhaps true enlightenment lay beyond the shadows, within the spaces I had avoided. How can I integrate these lessons into my journey? I pondered, the depth of the inquiry whispering promises. I invite you to seek that answer, the woman said, stepping back, melding into the whispers of twilight. As you venture forth, do not fear the shadows, welcome them. In their embrace, you will find the luminosity that guides your path. With a sense of awe, I stood by the pond, the weight of questions hovering like starlit fireflies beckoning for attention. As I stared at the clear waters, I couldn't shake the unbending curiosity that washed over me. My reflections lingered, hinting at a profound truth. What if my unspoken fears were the key to unveiling an authentic existence? Could I transform them into stepping stones, guiding me toward a life of purpose? And as I sensed the cosmic fabric of existence, a new question arose. In fully embracing the mysteries of who I am, what truths will emerge to guide my spirit home? As the night stars began to weave their tapestry above, their soft light danced across the surface of the pond, creating a celestial mirror reflecting infinite possibilities. The weight of my swirling questions echoed in the stillness, resonating with the essence of the universe. A sense of purpose thrummed in my heart, its rhythm matching the ever-flowing water before me. In that moment of introspection, I felt the mysterious presence of the ethereal woman linger in the air, her wisdom threading through my thoughts like golden filaments. In the embrace of vulnerability lies the key to authenticity. What did that mean for me? Had I truly ventured into the depths of my being? As I pondered, a gentle breeze rustled through the leaves, evoking memories of the fox that guided me, a reminder that the universe was alive with messengers, eager to unveil transformative truths. I closed my eyes, surrendering to the wisdom held within silence. I surrendered the idea of perfection, relinquishing the constraints I had imposed upon my spirit. Like the waves of the pond, I allowed emotions to rise: fear, doubt, joy, and love unraveling within me like threads of a grand tapestry. Every moment of hesitation transformed into a shiver of opportunity, an awakening of all I had hidden, waiting to be accepted. With newfound resolve, I opened my eyes and gazed into the depths of the pond once more. My reflection appeared clearer, the shadows of self-doubt began to recede, revealing the radiant essence within. I felt the flames of purpose flicker alive, igniting a deep-rooted understanding, the realization that my journey was not solitary but intricately woven into the fabric of humanity. Drawing strength from the lessons learned, I felt a magnetic energy pulling me further into the journey of inquiry. What if the act of questioning itself was an illuminating force guiding not only my path but also casting light upon the journeys of others? Could I inspire those around me to embrace their shadows, transforming fear into creativity and liberation? A profound stillness enveloped me as these revelations crystallized into intention. I would share my vulnerable truths. I would allow my authentic self to illuminate the paths others wandered so they too could unlock the beauty harbored within. The cosmos had beckoned, and I had listened. Now it was my turn to invite others into the conversation, to weave a collective understanding that transcended our individual experiences. Just then, I felt the brush of a fleeting presence near my shoulder. Turning, I saw the fox once more, its eyes luminous under the moonlight, reflecting a comforting wisdom. I understood then nature held no separations. Each creature, each plant, every whisper of wind was interconnected, sharing in the sacred narrative of existence. Together we rise, I whispered into the night, longing to harmonize with the symphony of all creation. With courage blooming in my chest, I felt more ready than ever to embrace the unknown, to journey forth into the world, extending the light of my spirit as a guiding flame. As I rose from the pond's edge, a newfound sense of clarity washed over me, a liberation of heart and soul. The journey ahead was laden with uncertainties, yet therein lay the beauty of Lithia's sacred dance interwoven with mystery, connection, and awakening. I was filled with gratitude for every question that crossed my mind and every shadow that shaped my heart. Emboldened by the journey I had embraced, I took a step forward, envisioning the roads that lay ahead like constellations unfurling across the night sky. I felt the universe whispering through me, urging me onward into the fabric of existence. And with one last deep inhale, I turned my gaze toward the cosmos, allowing the stars to illuminate my path. In that connection, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace envelop my being, a profound understanding bridging my heart and spirit. The answers I sought were not fixed destinations, but rather a wealth of inquiry that would forever shape my path. In seeking to unlock the mysteries both within and beyond me, I now realized the journey itself was the revelation. In that moment, I made a vow to surrender to the unfolding, to live not merely for answers but in the beauty of the questions that inspired me to awaken. I will share the light, embrace the shadows, and journey beyond with an open heart, for I understood now that in embracing the cosmic dance, I would forever discover the universe within and around me, and the final truth illuminated above, illuminating both the night sky and my spirit, was this: to awaken is not to find the answers, but to embrace each question that dances along the horizon. In that embrace, we become both the question and the answer.